This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
Thanks for joining us here this afternoon. I'm Lauren Casey. As we track the latest developments in our state and our nation's civil unrest, we are finding stories of people helping each other. Protests in Indianapolis have drawn several organizations looking to make a difference in our community during this time. RTV6's own Alyssa Donovan spoke with one group using its power to help activists just released from police custody. Alyssa.
This tent has been out here since protests started in Indianapolis. It's manned by volunteers 24/7. The goal is to help bring awareness to a program that's helping pay bail for those in need. Since arriving in Indianapolis, the Bail Project has provided support for more than 500 people. The group helps with bail funds for those who qualify, even text notifications about court dates. Since the protests began downtown, their role has been focusing on food, water, and transportation for people coming out of the city-county building.
It was kind of the perfect opportunity to provide that, not only for people who are generally being released, but especially for people who are being arrested for protesting. A lot of people who are being arrested for protest-related charges are just being cited and released, so they're being processed through, and they're being released from the city-county building. So we kind of knew that they would be coming out of the city-county building and wanted to be here and ready to give them help with getting home, give them, food, water, whatever they may need.
Volunteers have assisted around 20 people with protest-related charges. Since setting up the tent, they've also helped an additional 400 people simply stopping by in need of some kind of support.
A lot of people just need food and water, need basic necessities. So we're serving everyone that is in need, in addition to the people who are coming out.
While the protests brought them out, organizers say they plan to be here for the next several weeks at all hours of the day, helping anyone and everyone in need. To learn more about the Indy Bail Project or to donate, you can visit our website, theindychannel.com. I'm Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
New today, one Indiana sheriff is taking his fight to secure body cameras into the public eye. Bartholomew County Sheriff Matthew Myers says now is the time to get his department's deputies outfitted with body cameras. Myers says he's been asking for funding since 2016, and while he doesn't mean to point fingers, he's making a plea to the county leaders to secure the money. Myers says that body cams and car cameras create more accountability for both law enforcement and the public. He says this is a non-negotiable priority for that county. A couple of developments now in the ongoing case of Dre'Jon Reed, who was recently shot and killed by IMPD officers. A special prosecutor assigned to the case has asked IMPD to step away from the investigation and turn it over to Indiana State Police. 2 officers have now been identified and named as connected with the deadly shooting. That was a demand of local activists protesting how the case unfolded.
Small victory to a giant, but we still have more demands. They met 2 of our demands. We still need the officer to be held accountable for murder. We still need them fired. We still need them to tell the truth about what really happened. We're standing with the family out here, we're standing with the community, and we just need the IMPD to be honest.
Well, the attorney for Reed's family says this is a step in the right direction, but it's still calling for a federal investigation. There are a lot of developments in this case, so for a full look at how everything has unfolded so far, you can just head on over to the RTV6 app. So things like this are becoming more common right now across the nation. Activists tearing down a statue of Confederate President Jefferson Davis. This was in Richmond, Virginia. Part of the sweeping movement against racial injustice sparked by the police killing of George Floyd up in Minneapolis. And even more prominent people are now joining in. ABC's Ines de la Cotera has more.
Overnight, protesters in Richmond, Virginia, tearing down a statue of Confederate leader Jefferson Davis. And in Portsmouth, it was 4 statues, part of a Confederate monument. The movement also making its way to Capitol Hill. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi calling for the removal of nearly a dozen Confederate statues from the halls of Congress.
Treason. They committed treason against the United States of America, and their statues are still here because their states put them here.
Democrats now planning to introduce a bill to send those statues either back to the states that commissioned them or to the Smithsonian Museum. Pro sports leagues addressing similar issues. NASCAR's Bubba Wallace telling GMA NASCAR is also banning the use of the Confederate flag.
That's a symbol of hate, and it brings back so many bad memories, signs of oppression from way back when, and it's just, there's no good that comes with that flag, and that's the message we're trying to get across.
President Trump taking a different stance, saying his administration will not even consider renaming military bases named after Confederate soldiers, tweeting, "These monumental and very powerful bases have become part of a great American heritage and a history of winning, victory, and freedom." Trump's comments coming a day after the Army issued a statement saying top military leaders were open to the discussion. Inez de la Cuetera, ABC News, Washington.
Well, here's some good news for today. Local efforts for people experiencing homelessness. The city of Indianapolis is getting more than $7 million in federal funding to deal with COVID-19 among that particular community. This money can be used for creating emergency shelters and providing other services to the community. Now, we are also tracking the very number of ways that COVID-19 has affected Indiana's jobs landscape. We know Hoosiers are still filing for unemployment at unprecedented numbers, even 3 months into this pandemic. New numbers today show more than 23,600 claims were filed in Indiana for the week ending June 6th. Since March, more than 750,000 Hoosiers have filed for unemployment. In the past 12 weeks, there have been nearly 4 times as many unemployment claims filed as the entire year of 2019. Taking a turn now to get a check of today's forecast. Todd Clausen is home right now. And Todd, I took my laptop out into the parking lot and did a little editing outside a few minutes ago because it is just beautiful out there for this Thursday.
It really is. On my little break here, I was out there watering my lawn. That's the one thing I think people can complain about is it's a pretty dry stretch of weather, and you'll have to get out there and water the flowers and the lawn. But you're right, Lauren. A new air mass is in place. It is a much more comfortable one, and we have sunshine and low humidity and temperatures right now that are sitting in the 70s anywhere you go. We're at 74 right now in Indianapolis, 76 in Bloomington, and 71 currently in Richmond. And look at all that sunshine. This is going to be the view throughout the remainder of the afternoon. A few fair weather clouds, and that is just about it. And as we expand out in the satellite radar picture off to our west, with the exception of some clouds there in northern Wisconsin, which will not impact us, we have high pressure in control, and that means a sun-filled afternoon, a very comfortable afternoon for us as well. Should get the high temperature up to right around 80 degrees. We'll stay there through 6 p.m. And then once the sun sets, which is about 9:15 here this evening, once that happens, it will cool off very, very quickly. It's going to be another great sleeping night where you can turn off the air condition, open up the windows. We'll talk more about your Friday forecast and look ahead to that weekend as well, coming up in just a few minutes. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thank you. We know many people are responding to this Black Lives Matter movement in a number of different ways. One downtown Indy community is learning, creating, and building connections through dance. DanceWorks Indy is a dance and fitness studio for adults of all skill levels. And this weekend, the studio is making moves for change. They're offering 7 hours of in-person and virtual dance classes in a wide range of styles and levels, taught by artists of color in the DanceWorks family.
Dance is a way to communicate without words. Sometimes moving is the best way to express what we're feeling and the best way to process what we're feeling. So we feel this is the best time to be finding new ways to express and process.
And I think this kind of gives us a really nice platform to really give a story that each of us have kind of been, not even if we're not, haven't held back the story, have been just kind of wanting to tell, at least for me. So I think this class is really going to give me that opportunity to kind of enlighten a lot of people on things that are kind of going on, and kind of just get that message out there that I wouldn't really be able to tell in, say, a normal heels class that I would teach on a Thursday.
All classes will be donation-based, and the proceeds will be divided up to help rebuild Michael's Soul Kitchen here in downtown Indy. It was damaged after the riots. The NAACP, Minnesota Youth Collective, Color of Change, and more. Things are being bumped ahead on the schedule of Indiana, trying to get back to normal. So coming up, what you can expect and where you can go again during this stage 4 of Indiana's reopening plan. Plus, a little bit later, just because some places are reopening, it doesn't mean that you can't still stay socially distanced. The film festival that's hoping to tug a little bit at your heart right from your home. Todd.
And Lauren, yesterday we had those thunderstorms roll through central Indiana. That is the last of the rainfall for quite a while across Indiana. As you can see, our umbrella meter shows dry conditions all the way through the weekend and into next week. To go along with the dry conditions, plenty of sunshine and fairly seasonable temperatures. We'll break it all down for you in this great stretch of weather coming up in your Storm Team 6 forecast. You're watching the news at noon right here on RTV6.
To the Nurses Ball this week on ABC.
New at noon right here on RTV6, 25 more COVID-19 deaths are being reported by the Indiana State Department of Health in its daily report. The number of total coronavirus cases in our state has now surpassed 38,000 with 449 new cases reported today. That is the highest number of new cases we've seen in a week. Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb has bumped up our state's reopening plan following the COVID-19 crisis. So beginning on Friday, more businesses and locations can open back up. Here's what else we can expect in stage 4. Museums, zoos, movie theaters, and bowling alleys, those can reopen at 50%. Amusement parks, water parks like Freedom Springs down in Greenwood also can open at 50%. Playgrounds, those may reopen as well. And now, how all this applies to Marion County, that's still up in the air right now, including the Indianapolis Zoo, which is making itself ready to reopen again. So Mayor Joe Hogg said he has not reopened Marion County as quickly as the rest of the state, and those stages have been about 2 weeks behind. So city leaders plan to provide an update on the changes and restrictions and the guidelines later this afternoon. We'll keep you posted. Still ahead, it's one of the defining landmarks right here in the Circle City, but one governor's wife refused to live nearby. The historical tidbits you may not have known about Monument Circle. And film fests in the age of adapting to social distancing. How you can still enjoy film shorts from the Heartland right in your own home. We'll be right back.
$1 million collected for our clients.
Well, it's time to jump into the RTV6 archives. This Throwback Thursday, we're looking at an icon almost all Hoosiers are familiar with. The Soldiers and Sailors Monument anchors downtown Indianapolis at Meridian and Market Streets. Originally built in 1821, Monument Circle was designed to be scenic and functional. It's been home to everything from an unoccupied governor's residence to countless celebrations, concerts, festivals, even protests. The monument we see today was built in the late 1880s, and former RTV6 anchor Howard Caldwell shows us the monument's early beginnings.
It all started with a surveyor named Alexander Ralston. He mapped out the downtown street plan for Indianapolis, evolving around a circle. Prior to coming here, he had helped map out the city of Washington, D.C.
So we mentioned the unoccupied governor's mansion. The reason it was never lived in by the governor is because Governor James B. Ray's wife says that she didn't want the entire city to watch her while she did her laundry. I can understand that. You can find more out about this story and watch all of our other Throwback Thursday stories. Just go to our website, theindychannel.com/history. All right, we want to get a look at our forecast for this Thursday. Todd, you are bringing the good news today and really for the rest of the week.
Yeah, you know, temperature-wise, we're going to be in great shape here, Lauren, and we're going to have sunshine and low humidity. So after what was a very muggy couple days, we've kind of flipped the script here on the weather pattern, and it's going to stick around for a while. Look at our temperature trend here going forward throughout the next couple days. Our average high this time of year is 81 degrees, and we'll be close to that today and then above it for the day tomorrow. But then over the weekend, we get a nice little shot of cooler, more refreshing air. A live look from downtown to the north right now shows just a few fair weather cumulus clouds starting to build, and this will be the case throughout the afternoon hours today. Temperatures are sitting currently in the mid 70s. We're on our way up to highs today right around 80 degrees with skies that are going to be completely sunny. We have high pressure in control, and this area of high pressure is just slowly going to start to make its way across central Indiana. As that happens, any breeze that is out there will continue to calm down here this afternoon. Your highs, as I mentioned, right around 80 degrees on average. get out there and enjoy. I'll point out, though, this evening and also in the coming evenings with these air masses that don't have as much humidity, we can cool it off pretty quickly. So after sunset, if you do have plans to be out and about, you'll want to have a long sleeve shirt or jacket handy. 75 at 9 p.m. But by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures will be hovering right around 60 degrees. Then for the day tomorrow, up to 84 with sunshine. And as you look ahead to the weekend, look at these highs. Saturday, there's a little bit of cloud cover in the morning hours. And temperatures come Sunday morning could be in the upper 40s in some locations. So it's definitely a cooler weekend. But you have to remember the June sun very, very strong. So 74 and sunshine Saturday afternoon and 76 with sunshine on Sunday will not feel bad at all. And then we'll start to moderate the temperatures as we head into next week. But it's one of the few times here, Lauren, that I have no rain in my 7-day planning forecast, as it's going to be a pretty dry stretch of weather. With that said, it's going to be a very comfortable stretch of weather with pretty decent overnight lows and then seasonable temperatures for the most part for your afternoon highs.
All right, that looks good, Todd. Thank you. Well, movie night has become very much a stay-at-home function over the past couple of months, but film fans can make the best of it this summer. Indy's Heartland Film is getting ready to open a box office in a brand new way, and Brad Brown explains that you'll get to watch everything from your own sofa.
Movie theaters remain closed across the country, but for the staff at Indy's Heartland Film, their show will go on.
Some of our friends who run film festivals had to go virtual at the last minute, cancel, postpone. So we've been fortunate where our first Shorts Fest, Indy Shorts, is happening in July. So we have some time to plan, but even things change weekly as well.
The Indy Shorts Film Festival is keeping its July 21st through 26th dates. The event is moving to a mostly virtual setup, with 128 entries being made available on demand online.
We're looking at it as an opportunity, you know. In the past, you had to go to a film and you had to go at a set time. You couldn't go on Saturday and see all the films all at once because they were scheduled throughout the week. So now you can see all the films just at the comfort of your home. You can really plan it out according to your time frame. And I think that's a huge benefit to the public.
The festival lineup will include a little something for everyone. From documentaries to family fare, horror thrillers and love stories, plus special spotlights for films made in the Hoosier State.
Now that it's digital, we were concerned maybe people wouldn't want to play their film on a digital festival. We had a 100% acceptance rate. People were super thrilled and excited. People want to do a live Q&A. They're excited that we're moving forward with an event, and they're excited that they can still connect with people on the other side of the world.
The Shorts Fest will be adding another unique element at Tibbs Drive-In Theater, giving fans a chance to enjoy several nights of short films under the stars.
Moviegoing is a communal experience. You share your laughs, tears, whatever on screen with people too, even if it's a car away as well. So yeah, I think people want the cinematic experience. This has actually kind of forced us to be smart and giving people kind of the market share of what they're looking for.
Heartland will be announcing the lineup for the Indy Shorts Festival on June 25th. Tickets for the drive-in events will go on sale then as well. Greg says everything is still on track for the Heartland International Film Festival to open here on October 8th. Many options on the table, though, as to how that event will look when it begins this fall. Movie fans, though, will have plenty to see around here in the months ahead. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
800-850-5054.
Right now on RTV6, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to create challenges to make sure that everyone has enough food to eat. So WRTV is teaming up with Kroger and Second Helpings to get meals into the hands of those who are just struggling to put food on the table. Starting Monday through June 21st, whenever you shop at a select Central Indiana Kroger store, you can round up your grocery bill or select a donation amount of your choice when you're at checkout. That amount will go directly to Second Helpings. WRTV and the Scripps Howard Foundation will match up to $12,000 in donations. Thank you for helping our community. All right, Todd, let's get one more look at that beautiful forecast.
And beautiful is a great word to describe it there, Lauren, as we'll have lots of sunshine throughout the course of the next few days. In fact, the next 7 days with comfortable overnight lows, great for sleeping weather. Today up to 80, tomorrow 84. A little cooler over the weekend, but still in great shape. And then back into the mid to upper 80s as we work into next week.
Todd, thanks. And thank you for joining us and making RTV6 your choice for news. Come back here and join us for the news at 5. Get outside. Have a great Thursday.